Hello there, what is up? My name's Commando and welcome to my WWE Survivor Series 2017 predictions. And the voice is getting a bit weird. Well, wait, quick off the video. Um, Now, majority of the build to these matches is sort of integrated into one, I would sort of say, because of this whole under siege thing that they've been, going on and on about. And I thought Raw was never going to respond because SmackDown attacked and it was awesome, and then nothing happened, and nothing happened, and nothing happened. And then finally something happened this week, and Raw got revenge, or revengy as I like to say, and, beat the crap out of SmackDown, on SmackDown. So yeah, it was pretty good. I thought they could have done a whole lot more though. I thought there could have been more attacks and stuff, because that's what I used to love, like, 10 plus years ago, when Survivor Series came around and they started attacking each other. I thought that was really cool. But anyways, let's get going with the first match. It was on the pre-show, and there'll likely be another match in the pre-show because it's 19 hours long. Because, well, over quantity, of course. We have Enzo Amore versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight title. The build has been, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. It hasn't been that great. It's been consistent and it's been happening. But I wouldn't say it's been great. There was like a cake thing this week. That was their selling point for 205 Live this week, that Kalisto was going to have a birthday celebration, and well, he didn't. Enzo really did the celebrating. He had a cake and everything and was talking about him. Kalisto did nothing except kick Enzo into the cake, I think. I think that's what happened. Then he threw the cake at him. It was pretty funny, but still, they could have done a whole lot more with that. I mean, that was their whole selling point for this 205 Live, and they didn't really do a whole lot with it. They could have done more. Anyways, I would expect Enzo to retain here. I don't see Kalisto winning it. And Kalisto kind of just kind of annoys me, to be honest. He just sucks. He's good. He's a good wrestler, but I don't really think he's great promo-wise. So Enzo for the win. Moving on, we now have Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles in the battle of the WWE Champion and Universal Champion. Was supposed to be Jinder, and it seemed like it was going to be Jinder. I didn't think they would change this, but then AJ Styles won last week or 2 weeks ago in WWE's World on SmackDown. And it was sadly spoiled. I didn't actually read it, but I could see the headlines. Oh, WWE confirms major spoiler. Oh, this spoiler. And I was like, well, it's likely bloody AJ. I didn't actually read the articles, but yeah, it was. It was still a good moment. AJ won. It's cool to see him as champion again, and then he had a good promo with Daniel Bryan this week. Daniel Bryan was really good on SmackDown. So yeah, that's really about it. There's no real build to it apart from a couple promos. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman promo this week. Paul Heyman wrecked some fan who decided to propose in the middle of a show. Hell of a place to propose, like, and Paul Heyman just wrecked them. It was funny. As for this, I'd imagine Brock would win. I don't think AJ would win, although in my opinion it makes sense for AJ to win because he just became champion. But I imagine old Brock will win. I don't see him losing here. Because, I mean, if Braun couldn't beat him, Samoa Joe couldn't beat him, then I just don't see AJ Styles winning. So yeah, they'll probably make AJ look like shit as well, because I mean that's what they did to Joe and Braun, especially Braun. So maybe AJ Styles look like a pile of shit here. So expect that to happen. Moving on, we have Team Raw versus Team SmackDown, the 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match, the men's match, which is Kurt Angle, Braun, Finn, Samoa Joe, and Triple H versus Shane McMahon, Orton, Rude, Nakamura, and John Cena, who hasn't even appeared to promote this match. Lovely. But yeah, Triple H replaced Jason Jordan after he was the guy that was going to be in the match. And Pat agreed him, which surprised the hell out of me when Triple H showed up. I could see Jason Jordan maybe turning heel here and helping SmackDown win. I could see that happening because I don't see the women Raw team losing. It'd be dumb if they did. So I could see Jordan possibly costing Raw, but then I could also see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn costing SmackDown. But I think I could see Jason Jordan coming out here, maybe. I don't know about attacking Triple H, I don't know if that would happen. I don't see it working out too well. But I could see him costing Raw the match here. And what I think they should do is, I don't even know why Orton and Cena are in this, because they've barely even been on the, well, Cena hasn't, and Orton barely has appeared. They haven't even been in the build really to it. Orton wasn't involved in the attacks. Sure, he had some matches with Sami Zayn or what have you, but that's about it. And they haven't followed up on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Like, that's a big deal. I felt the Hell in a Cell with them turning, and I think they fucked it up. That should have been a big, huge deal. They should have been top stars and booked well as these badass face heels, but they've just been booked like shit. I can't believe it. It just doesn't make sense to me. So they should have been in this match. If not, they should cost SmackDown the match, or they should attack Cena and Orton or something and get into the match. I don't know, but they've totally messed it up. What should have been a big deal and what should have elevated them to that next level. But SmackDown booking and creative just sucks. They waste so much time. I don't understand how they're only getting 4 matches a show now, whereas like 10 years ago they were getting like between 6 and 8. What the fuck has changed? I don't get it. But yeah, I don't think Orton and that should have been in this. And I think if they should get rid of Cena and Rude and Shane, like I would have them all get eliminated early, and then have Rude and Nakamura make them look really good and have them come back and maybe not win it, but at least come close or something. You know, make them look good, because I feel they've made to be look like shit ever since coming to the main roster. They're just lame, and Bobby Roode is not a good face in my opinion. He's so much better as a heel. He just comes off as really lame as a face in my opinion. All he says is he's glorious, or this is glorious, or that's glorious. I don't think he's good as a face. So yeah, there's my predictions for that. I'll go with SmackDown, but I don't know. And now we have Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Usos, which is the battle of the tag team champions. Was going to be Cesaro and the Shield, or Dean and Seth versus the Usos, which I was sort of looking forward to. And the New Day cost them the title, so Cesaro and Sheamus are now the champions. And now it seems to me like the Usos are now face, sort of, or at least for now. Maybe it's just for this. And for some reason, they turned Gable and Benjamin heel. Doesn't make sense to me. But again, they ruined American Alpha. Guess it's time to ruin this too. Shelton Benjamin, people were so hyped for his return. Well, they made him look like shit, haven't they? Just using him terribly. And this tag team thing, it isn't working out in my opinion. They're just not using them well. They should be building them up, let them wrestle, what have you, but no. Now they've turned them heel. Doesn't make sense to me. But as for this, I don't know. I'd like to see the Usos win. I really like the Usos. I think they're doing good stuff. But Cesaro and Sheamus are good too. I think they're good wrestlers. But I'll go with the Usos. And the Usos had some good promos. So the Usos really killing it in their promos. They're really, really good there. But why do they insist on having Cesaro cut promos with his bloody mouth guard in? So he sounds like a fucking retard. What the fuck is that about? He can't talk. He doesn't need it in all the time. He does that Clash with Cesaro things. I mean, I'm a bit behind, but I don't think he needs to wear the mouthguard. I'm sure I've seen him without the mouthguard and he was okay. So why are they making him sound like a ferret? I don't know. Yeah, moving on, we have the Shield versus a New Day, just announced this week. This has, as with a lot of these matches, there's potential to be a great match right here. Because the New Day have great matches, the Shield used to have great matches. Well, and Seth and Dean have had great matches recently, so I could see some good shiz going down here. I imagine the Shield will win since it's their first official match all back together. I wouldn't be opposed to New Day winning, but I could this could be a great match. Really good, really, really good. And I loved the New Day's response to the Shield calling them out on Raw. This stuff about dogs eating their own poop and all this stupid stuff, and Big E saying something about we shouldn't allow tactile or tactical vests in the ring or something. Just absolutely ridiculous stuff. It was funny. So yeah, there's that. We now have Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair, Battle of the Women's Champions. Was going to be Natalya, but then Charlotte became champion this week, which surprised the hell out of me. Like, I remember back when it sort of was announced, the whole Survivor Series thing, there was a thing saying, oh, it's like they'll change up some championships along the way, just to sort of you know, I can't remember what they said, but they said they were going to change champion, and then it never happened, and it never happened, and I was like, oh well, it's not going to happen. And then the last sort of 2 weeks, they just sort of went nuts and changed a lot of titles. So yeah, Alexa versus Charlotte, I kind of feel it should have had a longer build, but I know it's just a one-off match. They're not on the same brand. I feel like those two are probably the two top people, females, I guess, in WWE right now. And at one time Charlotte was the top heel, and now Alexa was just sort of the top female heel. So it's sort of a battle of the two top people, in my opinion, in the women's division. So yeah, I think it could be alright match. I wouldn't say it'll be an amazing match, but I could see it being alright. I don't know who'll really win though. It would make sense for Charlotte to win, and I imagine she probably will, because Alexa is, that cowardly heel, and she can take a loss and then still recover from it. People love her, so I think Charlotte will win here. Maybe Alexa could win due to some shenanigans. I don't know, but I think Charlotte will win. So moving on, we now have the women's elimination match, which is Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bayley versus Becky Lynch, Carmella, Naomi, Tamina, and to be announced, because it was originally Charlotte, but then she won the championship. So people are saying it could be either Natalya. That was a rumor thing saying it could be Natalya, Nikki Bella, no, or Paige. Because it was a rumor for Paige as well to be on Raw and get inserted into that triple threat thing. Then it never happened. And apparently it was the thing it said, the rumor thing or whatever, was because she spoiled her return online by posting all these pictures and shit. And I was like, well, that doesn't really surprise me, because Paige is a bit of a muppet. And I don't really care for her like a lot of people do. So yeah, she could be thrown into this thing. She was originally drafted to SmackDown, so she could be there. I don't know. Another thing, I just watched someone else's video, and they said it could be Ember Moon could get called up. I don't know. I feel like there's enough people on the main roster right now, especially women, and they don't get used enough to justify throwing someone else there to not get used every week, So I don't know. I don't agree with that at all. So who's winning here? Well, it should be Raw. If they're gonna end Asuka's thing here, I think that'd be stupid. But it is Vince, so could happen. But no, I don't see Raw losing here. Maybe they'll lose a few of their people, and then Asuka can just destroy the rest of SmackDown on her own. I wouldn't be opposed to it. But yeah, I see Raw winning here. And it seems like they were sort of teasing some tension between Sasha and Bayley when Sasha got in, but then Bayley didn't. But then Bayley, won this week. I don't know. Sometimes Sasha and that they seem like legit and they seem like good at promos, and that, and other times she can come off a bit, forced and cheesy, lame. Yeah, there's that. So I'll go with Raw. And moving on, we have The Miz versus Baron Corbin in a battle of the Intercontinental and US titles. Miz and Corbin, this has actually been good. Not really the on TV stuff, but the promos and shit on Twitter have been really good. Miz had some good stuff on Raw and that as well. But yeah, it's been pretty funny, some of the stuff they've been coming out with. I don't really know who, because I think this is the only one that's heel versus heel. I mean, sort of Cesaro Sheamus match, but yeah, this is the only one that's sort of full on heel versus heel. I could probably see the crowd sort of more leaning towards the Miz than Corbin. As for who will win, I actually don't know. I don't know. Miz will probably, I could see him losing, because he loses all the time. And Corbin could get the win instead, but I don't know. I'll go Corbin, but like I spoke about before, but Miz always goes on about how he's a thingy champion, how he makes the title relevant and all this stuff, but they need to give him a good feud. That's what the titles need, is a good feud, so people are actually invested in the title and in the feud and what have you. That doesn't happen. It seems like they're sort of starting something with Braun. I hope it's just start, Braun versus Miz, and then Braun becomes champion. I thought that was maybe what they were going with this week, but it doesn't really make sense with Braun being on the men's team. So maybe it'll, get started after this, and Braun becomes champion, because I love what they're doing with Braun. Like, I don't get how they made him look like shit to Lesnar, and now they're back to making him look great again. They've consistently made him look great for a while now. I just don't get why they made him look like shit to Brock. Because Braun Strowman versus AJ Styles would have been a good match, I think, had they let them two go. I think that could have been great. So yeah, I think I said Baron Corbin. I'll go with him. So there's the predictions. Didn't think I would talk that long, but I did. There's nothing really else to say. Oh, I just read a thing that said James Ellsworth got released this week, by the way, which that surprised the hell out of me. When I seen that, I was like, what? I thought he was being used all the time and what have you. I just didn't see that coming at all. But apparently it's cost cutting things or whatever. And this is the same company that wants to set up a bloody weekly UK show that will likely never generate any income for them. It'll never be profitable. Okay. But yeah, he got released, and what the plans was, and this was Vince liked this. I'm not sure if he got it going, but he liked it and was for it. But oh no, apparently the idea came straight from Vince McMahon, and something WWE was seriously considering. That Ellsworth was going to challenge Charlotte for the title at WrestleMania, and how they would get to this would be that he was going to be a transgender, where he would say he was transitioning from a man to a woman because he identifies himself as a woman. Now, obviously, a lot of people not very happy about this, but I strangely wanted to see it. I would want to see how they would go about getting to that point, because it sounds so ridiculous, yet it's something I want to see. There's been a few things like that, like the Kalisto thing a few years ago, where he had some gimmick at the Performance Center where he was like a gay hairdresser, but people just instantly just shot on that. But I actually kind of wanted to see it because I was intrigued by it. I mean, would you want to see something like that now? I mean, it's not really being used that great now. I mean, look at the Velveteen Dream. A lot of people like, oh, he's gay, oh, this crap, blah blah blah. But now they're sort of, getting on the bandwagon, starting to like him. So the same thing could have happened for Kalisto. But yeah, I mean, people say, oh well, oh, it's not fair to the other woman or whatever. But come on, it would have been pretty funny to see how they would go into that point. But yeah, there's that. It's not happening now. He's gone. So I guess some people lucked out there. But there's the old predictions done. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.